Okay, so going to the next session, which is choosing the right loan for me. May I call on stage the moderators for it, Dr. Pramod Rai and Dr. Kandak Parikh.
Anybody joining? Pramod, yeah. I think we are almost, in the last phase of our this wonderfully organized Euro Practice Con, and without wasting time, we'll straight away jump into the presentations. First, uh, I would request Dr. Amit Gaur to talk about hospital capital and learn loan. And all the speakers, please stick to the time so that we can finish in at least just a few minutes earlier, because we already shot the time, overshot the time.
Thank you very much. I'd like to directly go for the presentation. This we have already covered it yesterday. There are 2-3 points which I would like to add here. Now, what exactly? How do we start a new hospital? Capital as well as the land required for the. Now, starting a new hospital. See, I would recommend that we go always with a sort of a group. There are shared responsibilities and liabilities, like-minded doctors. Keep the required specialties in mind. If you think that physician and anesthetists like Dr. Rishi sir was saying that he's not interested in keeping a physician, but I feel a physician and anesthetist should be in the pool. Pool capital, your capital should be required. You will be required to invest in land so that your land is free and the land can be used as a collateral later on. And you should avoid a loan for the land. Suppose you take a loan for the land also, then your land is already pledged, so you won't be able to use it as a collateral. Make a detailed map as per NABH. You need a project report and approach to a bank. When you approach a bank, you always try to go for a nationalized bank like a Bank of Baroda or a PNB. SBI has got lots and lots of hassles, as well as HDFC and ICICI have their own issues. So whenever you bargain for a loan for a hospital, always also ask them for a CC, and whenever you go for a loan, suppose they give you in a rate of interest at around 7 to 8%. So see that you get the CC also at the same rate of interest, because usually what happens is CC you take on later on when you already are in a working with when the hospital has started. So they give you at around 9 to 10%. So bargain hard and take a CC along with the loan. Bargain hard on interest rates, and BOB I feel is the best. In both the projects we had BOB. So we had a pretty good time. We have a loan of around 5.40, 5 crores 40 lakhs at a rate of 7.7 and a CC of around 1 crore. That is also at a rate of 7.7. Now, this is a sorry, Bank of Baroda is BOB, sir. And CC is a cash credit account, which we also call as a limit. Limit, sir. Now, this is a new concept which has come up for making new hospitals. These are turnkey projects. What exactly happens in this is everything is pre-decided and pre-planned. Even when there is no building, you have already decided that which is the lift will you be using, what is the generator you will be using. Each and everything is pre-decided according to timeline. These people come, they bargain hard for good products, and they take 4-5 hospitals together. So you get good products at quite a cheap rate. So there is a detailed timeline. So even for payments, it is a detailed timeline. And they buy in bulk, and they have got pretty good people with them to work, as well as pretty good machines. Like usually, if you are doing the hospital work on your own, you may not be able to afford for a cement pump or something like that. But these people are quite qualified professionals, and they will just give you a hospital in a position that you can go inside and start working. So turnkey projects should be used, and they are pretty cheap, and they give you the best service. They are all professionals. So points to remember: don't use your pocket money to build a hospital. Use it only for the land. Or you can use it for the margin money for your loan. Depreciation is one thing which you will claim for all your instruments as well as or for your uh, building as well as the machinery. So that will take care of your loan interest. So your loan becomes interest free. Invest your capital in equity market. Government subsidy always apply and keep a follow up. MSME registration is needed. You get an interest rebate of 3% and 40% subsidy on building and machinery. We have already got it, and you get the 10% every year for 4 years.
Just to clarify this, 40% subsidy on building and machinery. So how do you get it? Because 3% you are getting interest rebate. So this is an extra amount
Yes,
you are getting.
3% is on your loan interest.
And this 40% subsidy on building and machine, what do you mean by that? Supposing I have built my hospital very recently,
Yes, sir.
and the project cost is supposing, I mean, it is not supposing, it's about 23 CR, right?
23 CR.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do I get subsidy on the
Sir,
building and
sir,
the machinery?
Yes. So you have to calculate the building. Your project cost is 23. Now, what exactly amount has gone into the building as well as machinery, not
Yeah,
the land,
that is what I'm telling you.
not the land.
There is no land
Yes.
because it is a commercial complex where we have got a second floor.
Yes. So you have to approach your CA or the DIC or the Ministry of Corporate Affairs.
Okay.
We have got it in one of our projects, and we are applied for us in the second project. You get a 40% subsidy, which is given every year 10% of the total land as well as
It's not the land. I'm telling you that.
of the building as well as the machinery. This is there in the DIC. If you connect with your
So out
DIC,
of this 23 CR, 40% I am going to get back. That was this one.
that is what is the subsidy given by the government. We have it in our state. For all MSMEs, it is there. In the state of MP, it is there. It is little difficult to get it. Sometimes you will find it quite difficult. You need a licensing officer.
You get it?
You need there is a employee criteria that you need to keep so many people from backward class, so many people, but that can easily be followed. And we sorry,
बेड्स भी देते हैं कितने बेड्स
beds is if you are doing Ayushman, you are eligible for it. No problem. We have already got it in our one year and the second year.
But
Yeah.
if you don't do Ayushman, in that case, also you get
Sir,
this.
in that case, you have to reserve some beds for the government.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I think this is very interesting
This is apart
information for
from-
those who are.
जब सब्सिडी लेते हैं यू हैव टू रिजर्व अबाउट 20 to 30% 20% बेड्स फॉर द पुअर पीपल
Yes, for poor people, but provided you are not doing Ayushman. If you are doing Ayushman, that is covered. Yeah, and one more thing is this is state government subsidy. Then you have central government subsidy of 15%. In MSME, Ministry of Corporate Welfare website, you can check. Addition to this. But you can get it. It takes time. You have to continuously, you have to follow up, and there is some percentage which goes for that. Beds is 30 beds plus. 30 beds plus. 30. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Amit, very informative. Yeah, very informative.
Next, I would like to invite Ketan Vartak sir. He will enlighten us on instrument loan.
Thank you, organizers and the managing committee for giving me this opportunity. Choosing the right loan for instruments. Sorry. As this Sanskrit Subhashit says, the younger generation always learns from the mistakes done by the older generations. And I wish in our generation I could have all these forums to know all these details about starting the practice. So I started practice in 1998 and I needed around 60 to 65 lakhs of funds for buying the instruments and equipment. My father put in 20 lakhs by breaking his FDs. I sold gold and silver 20 lakhs. I sold a flat worth around 25 lakhs. And bought a nice Dornier alpha lithotripsy machine and all the endourological equipment. But instead of doing that, if I had taken a loan, so I would have spent the interest around 30 lakhs at around 12% that was available that time. So in effect, if we calculate the 10% 30% slab rate for the income tax, it would be around deduction of 10 lakhs. So 20 lakhs I paid for the interest. So breaking FDs was probably, because it was a relatively depreciating asset, it was the only wise decision. The rest of all was absolutely unwise decisions. So today my wealth would have been FDs 1 crore 50 lakhs, gold at current rate around 5 crores, flat around 1 crore 50 lakhs. So total asset would have been 8 crores, and of that I would have spent only 20 lakhs on interest. So my total assets right now would have been 7 crore 80 lakhs. So had I taken a loan, I would have been much wealthier as compared to what I am right now. And not everybody is born with a golden spoon. So if one doesn't have that much capacity to spend, the loan will make you capable to invest a few years in advance. Plus, it allows you to be ahead of the competitors, and it will give you a first mover advantage. So if you're competing with the rest of the people, you are in advantage with others. 20% depreciation minimum that is calculated on any kind of equipment will add to your kitty by saving the income tax. And better and advanced equipment will add to your confidence. Initially, in starting the practice, if you have good equipment with you, that will give you the additional confidence. Now, what are the types of loans that are available? They are mainly divided into secured and unsecured loans. You must be getting messages every day, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs disbursement, free of any hassles and everything. These are all unsecured loans, and you should not fall prey to all those things. If you ask your CA, he will make a good project report or business report for your project, and once you submit that project loan, you will get a good amount. But usually banks ask for some kind of collateral, and the tenure is usually 5 to 10 years. I think, according to me, loan against property is the best thing to have if one has a good property behind you, because you get a higher tenure, 10, 20 years, whatever you want, you can get it, and the rate of interest is also very, very good because the asset is so good. You know, the real estate asset is a absolutely fantastic asset for any bank. So they will give you a good loan at a good interest rate. If you have any kind of securities, FDs, equities, bonds, golds, any kind of securities, you can always take a loan by just a click of a mouse. You can get a loan against those assets. How much should be the tenure of the loan? Usually, your equipments depreciate within 5 to 7 years, and they are absolutely useless after 5 to 7 years. So you should not take a loan more than 5 to 7 years for the equipment loan. And the options are either private sector banks, private banks, or NBFCs. According to me, flexi loan or overdraft loan is the best possible idea, because how does it work? If you have taken a loan of 1 crore rupees and you use it for buying the equipment, and if you have a surplus of 20 lakh rupees at the end of the month by your earning, you just park your 20 lakhs in that account, and you will be charged interest only on 80 lakh rupees. So that is how it works. Pramod will be fuming because he wants to use those 20 lakhs in equity or investment, but for a person who wants to play safe, I think that is the best possible alternative. And I've been using this flexi loan with IDBI Bank for last 10 years. I had a flat, I had mortgaged it for equipment loan, and I have played on that 2 crore rupees for last 10 years. I've been buying cars, I've been buying equipment, everything from that loan. Every time we collect some funds, we just park it there. Whenever the funds swell up, we just buy something else. So it is absolutely fantastic. You don't have to go any time into the bank and ask anybody for any loan. Loan for MSMEs, right now there was discussion about MSME loans. Udyam portal registration is the only mandatory thing. Once that is done, you can get a loan at a very, very comfortable rate. Loans from the equipment companies or leasing the equipment from the company is a good idea, provided if you don't have any collateral. But if you have collateral, probably you will get a much better interest rate by banks rather than the equipment companies. If you have a partner, like if you have some money lying in HUF account, or a partner has some FDs, or father or mother has FDs which is lying around with 7% or 8% interest rate, you can always offer them 1% higher interest rate and take the loan from them and repay it in whatever way you want. So that is absolutely a good idea. Now, what are the final tips? According to me, PSBs are the ideal way to do it because they are not very aggressive as compared to the corporate bank. If you deal with the corporate bank, they will be after you for purchasing insurance policies, purchasing FDs and all those things. So it is better to deal with PSBs. They are not very aggressive. Develop good relationship with the manager or the bank officials, because they will go out of the way to help you in taking the loan and day-to-day activities. Once I wanted some demand draft, that lady was sitting in her office after 6 o'clock in the evening. So that is how they keep on helping you. PSBs have come a long way. Last 10 years or so, PSBs have come a long way to compete with corporate. They are probably even better than corporate in comfort level that the customer has. SBI is probably one exception, but I have had good experience with PNB as well as IDBI as well as LBI. Never deal with NBFCs. They will fleece you to the limit. Once upon a time, 20 years back, I had a loan with G Money, and they were charging me 18% interest rate when the CRR was around 10 or 11%. So they will fleece you, and if you want to foreclose your loan or something like that, they will just harass you to the limit. So never go for any NBFC. Keep a good credit score. Never ever bounce of EMI or payment for the credit card or something like that. That will add up to your negative balance in your credit score. So always keep a good credit score. That will reduce your interest rate by at least 0.2, 0.25%. The tenure should be lowest possible, because we all know that if you take a loan for 10 years, most of the interest is paid in advance. The interest is taken in advance from you. So to save that, you keep the tenure as 3 to 5 years, so that the interest that is accrued to your account will be lesser. So it should be around 3 to 5 years for any equipment. For the land and everything, probably it can be more. Flexi loans, as I told you, is probably the best way to go. Make sure to take the disbursement letter. There are so many gray areas where bankers have probably kept you in dark, and you have dealt with around 9% interest rate and it is saying around 9.5 or 10%. You should always be careful to read all the details of the disbursement letters before you sign it. The second mistake is your saving account is linked to a account from where the EMIs are going, and your money is playing somewhere else. So in that case, every end of the month, if the EMI is bounced back, then you have bad credit score, and then you will have to pay extra interest and all those things. So to save that, your EMI account has to be the same account that you are dealing every day. So your money should always be there parked in that account, so that the EMIs don't go bunk. Thank you.
Next, I will like to invite Sachin. He will like to answer on home and car loan.
So we are now talking on loan. So I will bring my blazer, because if we have a big loan and we defer, then bank will like that. So we talk on the loan. We are a little late, so I will only cover few important points. Take out the most of the basics we know. So home loan, actually, this loan is taken to purchase or build a residential property. The tenure is long, so advantage is the interest is less and the tenure is long. You can have it 30 years of loan, or at least till the 70 years of age. It is a secure loan because house is used as a collateral. The interest is low, and home loan, another big advantage is tax benefit. In the old tax regime, section 80C, you can have at least 1.5 lakh of principal, and under section 24B till to 2 lakhs of interest. So you can have that exemption, and if you have your wife as a co-applicant, then you can have 2 plus means 2 lakhs for you and 2 lakhs for wife. So you can have till 4 lakhs of interest as a exemption. But it was in old tax regime. Now in new tax regime, these exemptions has been scrapped. So now the key components are principal, interest. Floating interest is better. Means the floating interest means what? It is linked with the repo rate. So whenever RBI reduces the repo rate, your interest rate goes down. If RBI increases the repo rate, your interest rate will increase. So floating interest rate is better than a fixed one. EMI and the tenure. So EMI is calculated on base of your loan amount, interest rate, and the years of loan. So now factors affecting the home loan and its interest. Main important is your credit or your CIBIL score. It should be more than 750. If it is less than 700, then you may not get a loan, or you may have to pay extra interest and all those things. Now, if the female co-applicant is there, the interest rate is 0.05% less. The factors, other affecting factors on home loan is your loan amount and tenure and your income. Important is income. So you have to have at least 3 years of ITR. Then only you will get a loan, this home loan, and a big amount. Now interest rate, it's in general the main banks like SBI has a lower interest rate, 7.5 now at present, as the repo rate has increased. And earlier these banks were not those that much helpful, but my personal experience, I had loan with the SBI, and my experience was good, because now they have made a separate loan department, and they are like contractual basis. So they will help you, because I took a home loan fund from SBI. I never had to go to bank. That agent came to me, he did all the paperwork. So now SBI is also improving. HDFC and ICICI, they have a little slight higher interest rate charges. Main pain is charges, because interest is low in all banks now, but they charge lots of things like the processing fees. But for the processing fees, sometimes they give some offers. Like when I took the loan, the fees was approximately 11,800, but they give me 50% off. So you have to have good relations with these people. Now they have a legal and technical fees, which is around 7,000. You have to have a search report. For that you have to pay. Then there is one important thing is mortgage. So they have two types: equitable mortgage, and you have to do another mortgage, that is a registered mortgage. So equitable is easy, everything is online, and equitable is also easy when your loan is almost complete. Then you don't have to go again to register this department, and you have to cancel this mortgage. This equitable mortgage online, you can do everything. So if the loan is less than 30 lakhs, 0.8% charges. If loan is more than 30 lakhs, then there is a 15,000 charge as a notice of intimation, and for the registration they charge 0.3%. Property insurance, it is compulsory. It is a one-time premium. Depending on the valuation, for approximately a 50 lakh loan, it will come around 7 to 8,000. Loan insurance is there. It depends on age and loan amount, but don't take loan insurance, because that will increase your EMI, and it is not compulsory. Though they force you to take a loan insurance, but as per RBI, it is not compulsory. You can tell them that I have a term insurance, so I don't want a loan insurance. Now, documents required. We all know that if you are a salaried, you need a salary slip, bank statement for last 6 months, ITR for at least 2 to 3 years. If you are self-employed, then ITR and your big business statement. Now this I already said. You can avail top-up loan also on your existing home loan. Now, what to do if repo rate is reduced? Whether to reduce the EMI or keep the EMI same and shorten the tenure. So, if you reduce the EMI, your monthly outgo will reduce, but and if you keep EMI same, your total tenure will get reduced and you will save on interest. So, it is always recommended that keep EMI same. Don't reduce the EMI. Keep EMI same, so that will reduce your tenure and you will save on interest. So action plan, Okay, another important thing is prepayment. If you do a prepayment, so the- when you take a loan, please see the documents and the prepayment clause and foreclosure penalty should be waived off. For home loan, actually it is not there, but still some banks may play evil things. So prepayment should be allowed without any penalty, and foreclosure should be allowed without any penalty on home loan. So if you prepay, like part payment every monthly or twice monthly, if you pay this EMI, then your interest and the tenure will reduce. You can transfer the loan. For example, if you are not getting the loan from a PSB bank, then you can have a loan from a private bank, and after a year or 2 years, you can transfer to SBI or the banks which give you lesser interest. Insurances like this home loan insurance is not mandatory. Property insurance, yes, it is mandatory. Uh, So the important, as sir also already said, that don't miss any EMI. So your bank account paying the EMI should be same. So it will not affect your score. Tax benefit for the second let out property. For first, the self-occupied house in old tax regime, only 2 lakhs interest was allowed for exemption. But if you have a second let out property, and if you have taken a loan for that, then actual interest paid can be claimed. So if you have interest of 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, you can claim. Okay, so the car loan is not that important, so I will talk only few things. So car is hypothecated to the lender until full repayment. The repayment tenure is maximum 7 years, but they take maximum interest in first 2 years. So if you want to close the loan, then close it early. So the loan amount is sanctioned up to 100% of on-road price. Tenure is flexible. The interest rate is also fixed or floating. Processing fees 0.25 to 2% of loan amount, depending on the bank. NBFC have higher. Foreclosure, they have a 2 year of rule. If you close it before 2 years, then penalty of 2% is there. That there is some down payment. Some bank they give 100%, but some bank this insurance part and tax part they exclude it. So you have to pay some. So in general, the interest rate is around 8.6 to 10 for the car loan. So factors affecting same the credit score, loan amount, tenure, and your type of car and your income. So advantage that you can show this car loan as your business expense. So interest can be shown as your expense. Um, so the interest shown as a business expense. Uh, so the things are already covered. So at last the home loan, still the interest are very low. So at present time, you can have a home loan with a low interest. Instead of taking a home on your capital amount, you can take a loan and pay a small interest loan. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you, speakers, for this wonderful talks. Yes, sir, Sachin, sir. Okay. Thank you for the wonderful talks.